I want to talk to you about when the road gets rough on the journey toward pursuing your calling. Maybe you're having to work a full-time job while still going to school at night. Or maybe you have this dream to start this business from home, but you're having to raise kids. Or maybe you have a dream from earlier in your youth that you're finally going after, but you're taking care of elderly parents. When the road gets rough, when the responsibility for you is too great and you are burning the candle from both ends, we tend to doubt our calling, saying maybe this is too much, maybe this isn't the right time. I want to talk to you about digging deep in those difficult times in your journey. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Matt. I'm a pastor in church ministry for over 30 years, and I love to be a pastoral voice in your life to help you embrace your calling. So would you subscribe to my channel? Would you like it? Leave a comment, share it as I continue to grow this. I continue to hear about people who watch something and it encouraged them and inspired them of how they could strategically but passionately keep moving forward in their calling. Just this week, I saw a couple from 21 years ago when they were two single young adults getting in school, and now they 21 years married, and their daughter 21 years old is going into ministry starting college, and I got to see them and meet them. And so it's so cool that I said yes to my calling, whatever it looked like 21 years ago, because even in this season of my life, I'm starting to see the fruit of my labor, and that's what I want you to do. Before I talk about the subject, by the way, I'm excited. I just wrote my 5th and brand new book, The Secret of Serving, and you're going to see it on Amazon. I have Audible book of it. I recorded it here myself, so I tell a story. I also have it on ebook, hardcover, paperback, and so I'm going to start to promote that, and I'd love for you to pick it out. It talks a lot about what we talk about on this channel. When you freely serve God and serve people, even if it doesn't feel like anything is happening, you get more back when you serve. And there's 10 chapters about the secrets I have found in my life of when I just freely and faithfully obediently serve without worrying about the results. God takes care of the results. So I hope you pick that up. Also, I'm excited because I've got a piano. I've got a Christmas piano instrumental album all finished, and it's going to come out in November. So I'm kind of on this creative frenzy. I just love to create beautiful, rich content, music, videos, books, and I hope it's a blessing to you. So pick that up and be checking out my Instagram, my Facebook for that. So let's talk about your calling when it gets hard, when you have too much on your plate. You're a mom at home trying to do all the chores and the bills and take care of kids, and you have this dream in your life, but you don't know if there's enough space for it. Or you're a young adult where you're working a full-time job, but you're still trying to push through to get the school done, to get that higher education, to promote yourself, and it's just a lot. And it's all right to say, I'm overwhelmed, I'm worn out, I'm tired. We don't do our best work when we're sleepless, hungry, not taking care of ourselves. And I certainly am not condoning not taking care of yourself. This is my day off. I've been resting and sleeping and exercising and resting. But I do think that there are times in your calling where you're going to have to push harder. You're going to have to do it on less sleep, less money, less data, and all faith, all gas, no brakes, as my friend Travis would say. And I've learned that when you have to dig deep inside of you, you find out what's actually in there. In my pastoral calling, I've had to dig deep a number of times over the last 30 plus years when it wasn't easy. And that's when you start asking, is there something else I'm supposed to do? Is this the right career path? Is my time done? Those are scary questions, but don't be afraid of scary questions. As a matter of fact, as a pastor, I'm asking people painful, vulnerable, risk-taking questions all the time. I met with a young man, 31 years old, sharp guy yesterday, married with kids, has a great dream, has a very gifted person, has been in ministry and leadership, and he's kind of pursuing a dream and saying, help me. So I spent some time with him, but I didn't just say, great job, keep going. I said, let's ask some difficult questions. But it helps you to see what actually is in you, how tough you really are. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's standing in the midst of fear. Many times we have to reread the book of Joshua where God says, be strong, take courage, for the Lord my God is with you. I go before you. Go in, possess the land. Joshua was going to have to take over from Moses. He was stepping into higher level leadership. He was having to fight awful battles by faith. So having fear, having anger, having hurt feelings, having tired weariness is all right, but it forces you to say, what is truly in me? When I've coached a lot of men and women in ministry, whether they were volunteer or they were paid staff, it doesn't matter, I started to push into them deeply. And it's funny because I think I'm known as this sweet, kind, encouraging pastor, and I love that. I am sweet and kind. But those that have worked with me the longest know there are some moments where we sit together and say, you're not making it. I'm not seeing it. I need you to dig deep. I need to see results. Let's talk in 2 weeks. Let's talk in 30 days. And I start putting on the pressure and pain, not because I want to hurt them or defeat them. I'm trying to help them build some muscles and structure and push a little harder. There's more in you than you think you can do. And so some people dig deep, cry, wipe it off, and get going. And they practice and get habits and find a different gear, and then they come back and say, thank you. But I've had several that say, if that's what it is, if that's what ministry is, it's not just preaching and platform. It is work and grind and hurt feelings and emotions and digging deep when you don't feel like it. I've had many people say, if that's what it is, then that's not for me. I'll go do something else. But digging deep is a good practice. It doesn't feel good, but it is good. Let me look at my notes here. I wrote down lessons you learn in the trenches. When times get tough, it forces you to see what you are made of. And when you're in the trenches, the hard work, and I talk about this in this book, that serving is hard work, especially when you're having to serve and you don't have a lot of time and energy and what are the goals? And then you have goals and saying, how is this serving here, doing this, helping me where I'm going? When you're in the trenches, you learn how to adapt. You learn how to do more with less. When you got to cut the budget, when you don't have paid staff, when you don't have all the paid stuff, you figure it out. And so I'm going to end this video quick by just saying, in this season, God is saying, dig deep. Look deep inside for what you truly are burning about and you're willing to commit to when no one else is there. There were times when I was building a church. It was me and a guy named Adam and my father-in-law, Frank. And we set up the church with 45 road cases on a rainy Saturday morning. And there were times when I wanted to go back and say, I want to go play the piano and be on platform and get the affirmation and no sweat. But man, I'm so glad I stayed in because I'm seeing the significance of my serving. Dig deep. Stay in the trenches. Push hard right now. It will get easier. What breaks you now is building you for greater capacity for pain later. God bless you.